Oh, waiting some people to get in here. Waiting on some people to get in here. Hi, whoever just came in. Oh, hey, sweetie. Are you feeling better, Bob? I'm sorry, man. I hope you get feeling better. Got another person who just rolled in. Another one just rolled in. Hey, Trouble. I'm live streaming. Yeah. Well, that's why I turned the phone. You should stream this in 1400 or. Am I not clear right now, or? I wonder if I can go through my settings and do that. Sorry, my son keeps coming outside.
Hey, I like your video.
Oh, thanks. Huh? Are you in there? Getting some people rolling in. Let's get the conversation going. I like to watch everything in toque or fork. Hey, Lisa. Toque or fork? I think you mean 4K. It's not French. My son just popped in here. He's actually riding his bike right here in the parking lot. My wife's across over here talking to my neighbor lady. How's everybody doing? I know I've been busy, guys. I'm sorry I haven't been keeping up. Just trying to pop out little videos while I'm doing stuff. I put MMO into my LinkedIn. Let's see how it helps over the next week or two. I'm going to send you some performance improver too. Yes, Andals is my son. He is named after my favorite drummer, who I literally called and asked permission to use his name. I can see him over there. Hey, buddy. Hey, Andals. It's been one of them days, one of them weeks. 100 degrees or over. Man, the workload that they piled on top of me, I'll take it. You guys have some questions from throughout the week? I know I posted a 2021 F-150. Andals played for a band out of Cleveland, Ohio. Well, they're from Strongsville, which is outside Cleveland. They're called Chimera. It's C-H-A-M. Oh, Chimara. Sorry. I did that 2021 F-150 Lariat. I just showed you the dash and everything. He had some personal stuff in the truck. I didn't want to do all that. Really older gentleman, really nice guy. He stood by me while I was working on his vehicle. That doesn't bother me because he wasn't like, hey, do this, hey, do that. He was just watching. I mean, you spend $70,000, $80,000 on a truck, you want to know it's done right. What's everybody doing? I know, Bob, you're in pain. I'm sorry, buddy. I hope you get to feeling better. Lisa, you did a flower bed? You got to do some mulch. You're waiting on your crank sensor? Busy with the yard. Resurrection's a good song. Are you listening to the album Resurrection or the song Resurrection? Okay. My son's favorite song on that album is 6. I just want to apologize to you guys. You know, being at work all this week, that must have been a pretty hard fall. Oh, talking about Bob. I've been so busy diagging and a bunch of warranty stuff. I haven't really had a chance to film or use my phone, because when I left Ford back in 18, they were using the software IDS, which is integrated diagnostic software, and they still use that for all the way up till 2018. Basically 2019 and newer uses FDRS, and I had to get used to that system. So that 2020 Expedition with the catalytic converter code, obviously it's under warranty. I had to go through the whole pinpoint test and use FDRS, and I kind of like it. It's actually a pretty cool system. I'll have to show you guys that. I think you'll get over 18 with MMO. Do any of you guys have Thomas's number? Because I can't text him while I'm live streaming. Somebody send him a link. I think Robbie has company at his house tonight. I don't know if he'll be in here. It's the software on the computer that we use to diagnose problems, man, and leads us through pinpoint tests. Yes, trucks are crazy expensive. But it's a very nice truck. Very, very nice truck. Well worth the money if you ask me. He's got the 5.0 Coyote in that one too. That guy's probably 75, 80 years old. Last time I worked in a professional shop was 2000. Man, I was in 10th grade. Going through auto tech in high school. So basically with that Expedition, I hooked the computer up to it. Instead of going into IDS, I go into FDRS, which is just basically like for the newer software. I do a self-test and then pull all CMTDCs, which is continuous memory diagnostic trouble codes. And then PCM obviously had one with P0430, and then I can click on TSBs, which was there was a TSB for it, and then it takes me to the pinpoint test, and I have to make sure the PCM's plugged in all the way. I have to check for loose pins, stripped wires, and then I got to get under the vehicle and check the O2 sensors, make sure they're plugged in and all that stuff, make sure there are no loose connections or loose pins. And then I have to monitor the front and rear O2 sensors on both sides with the vehicle at operating temp to see if they fluctuate in voltage. And they stayed at the same like they were supposed to. And that verified that the cat was bad. The sun computer, oh man. Back then you guys had to do alignments with like mirrors and strings, didn't you? I don't know. I haven't asked my boss about it. When I was doing that Mustang alignment, one of the senior master techs had walked by me. His name's Ricky. He's a really cool guy. He saw it. He didn't say anything. But I was just kind of keeping it on the down low. Plus, I've been busy too. So I'm going to talk to my boss about it. I don't think they'll mind as long as I'm not showing anybody's personal information or anything like that. So. What other questions y'all have? I'll see if I can show you guys around the shop. It's not a very, very big one. I actually kind of like it because the last huge dealership that I worked in was in Texas. It was kind of a pain in the butt. There's so many technicians everywhere. It was 95 bays, for crying out loud. It's just way too big. This one's a little bit smaller than the one I worked at here in North Carolina previously. That's crazy. Yes, he is. He is still dealing with that crazy woman. But hopefully not for long. How much is the floor? Are you talking about the FL500? That's what your Lincoln takes. You get the 3.5, right? The FL500. I actually may have some in my toolbox. I'll send you a couple of them, man. Graduated from Tech High School in '87. I'm old. I was born in '83. Yeah, FL500. Let me check Monday morning. I think I may have some in my toolbox. If I do, I'll just send you a few of them, okay? Because I still got to send your neck light. I haven't forgot. It's just been boxed up. My little brother was born in '87. My older brother was born in '79. Did you guys see that recall video that Rich put out? 3 million vehicles. Shifter cable bushing. Looks like I'm gonna be busy, huh? String alignment. Hey, James. Old guy, born in 1960. I always ask everybody, man, how was the 70s? I wish I could have been around for that. Bigger isn't always better, it's true. Yeah, the Toyota throttle pedal. Well, it's like Rich said, man, like, people don't bring their vehicles in. I'm good, James. How are you? People don't bring their vehicles in because, you know, there's always a few techs that spoil it for everybody and gives the dealership a bad rap. They always think that we're out to get somebody, but when you got somebody like Rich, you have somebody like Rain Man, you got somebody like A-Rod, me, the two senior master techs that I work with. Yes, we have a business logo. We're there to fix your stuff and fix it properly, and to teach you guys along the way. Yes, we have a business logo. I was gonna do it tonight. I texted Robbie, but he's got company at his house, so I'm not gonna reveal it tonight. I think we're gonna do it tomorrow night. I'm gonna do it on StreamYard so I can get him in on the stream. Plus, I'm on my phone. Dude, I don't do any kind of drug. I don't. I mean, I'm drinking a beer right now, but this is like the first one I've had in months. I get the same effect standing up real fast. But anyway, I'm sorry. Yeah, people don't bring their stuff in, and like he said, he saw that lady at the gas station, man. She got out of the car and just kept driving. She thought she was in park. When you guys get those letters in the mail, or the dealership contacts you, or the manufacturer contacts you and says this is a recall, you need to go get that recall done. There's a reason it's a recall. It's a safety concern. Yeah, it's true, Bob. I'm not even. I'll text you later about the pharmaceutical industry. But that's like how was I going with the recalls? Oh, I had a 2015 Explorer. Um, the customer's concern was he had the rear toe link recall done. We replaced the rear toe links, and then you adjust the rear. The technician that did it correctly, but his concern was this was like 3 days ago, 4 days ago. He picked it up and he said he turned left out of the parking lot and it popped and got stuck, and then he had to like force it to come back and it popped again, and it hasn't done it since. So I got it, and when I get something like that seems kind of sketchy, I'll drive it through the parking lot, because if it's going to break down, at least I'm in a parking lot at the dealership. Well, it didn't do anything. So I got ballsy and took it down the road, and it didn't do anything. I put it up, I racked it in the rack, used the computer and checked for codes. There was no codes. Raised everything up. Nothing was loose. The power steering rack was working fine. The PTU's not leaking. The front diff's not leaking. The CV axles aren't leaking, but that's not going to cause it to stick if it's turning. There's no codes in the rack. Everything's working fine. Everything was tight. Nothing was loose. Rear toe, everything was tight. But rear's got nothing to do with the front. But when I was looking at this customer's work order, the only time they ever came into the dealership was to get recalls done. He had, in the past 3 years, he had one each year. 2020, 2021, and 2022. And that's the only times he's been into the dealership. So at least I can say that person gets their recalls done. Oh, right. So, what's up, buddy?
I just wanted to give you this.
Why are you giving me this?
Because I have $2 and I wanted it to be even.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to give you $1.
Thank you. It doesn't matter how old your vehicle is, if there is a recall on it, it's free to get it fixed. If I'm not mistaken, the oldest standing recall right now is for the wood steering wheels. And if you still have a vehicle with a wood steering wheel, like the 1968 Mustang, the 65 Fastbacks, all that stuff, and you have the original wood steering wheel, and the recall has never been performed, you get to perform a recall on an old car. They actually splinter and go into your hand. Yeah, where'd my chat keep going? I'm sorry, guys. I gotta keep up. Ford must be buying their bushings from Dorman. I don't know where they're getting them from, but 3 million vehicles, that's a lot of crappy Dorman parts. Grew up in the 70s, was a great time. Grew up in the 90s, early 2000s. I grew up in the 90s. I'm an 83 baby. I just drink beer. Cheers to you. I got free new airbags for the Ranger. Yeah, the Takata airbag recall. Chat's faster than a car. Chat's not showing up on my end for some reason. I don't know why it did that. I had to catch up. I'm sorry, guys. But yes, always get your recalls done. There's a reason they send out a recall. There's a reason it's free for you. Because it's a manufacturer defect and it's a safety issue. Yes. Recalls are for the life of the vehicle. If someone had a Model T Ford, you would have to fix it. Exactly. No, it's because I'm trying to bounce between my Wi-Fi and outside. Maybe I should just turn my Wi-Fi off. You guys saw that. Leaser commented it, and he nailed it. Recalls are for the life of the vehicle. Oh, see, look, even my son likes Mustangs. We got 5 people in here with 4 likes. Somebody better go hit that like button. Yeah, I know. Some folks don't even come for recalls and they wonder what's going on. Huh? What? I sent him a text message.
Oh, I just sent you a link.
I did. He said, fine, I'll just like. My brother sold his Model A bummed. Really? Was it all original? We're going back to nice. Going back to recalls. I know, Pups, you got a older Ford Ranger. If they ever put out a recall for that, it's for the life of the vehicle. If you guys don't ever listen to anything Rich and I or A-Rod or anybody tell you, at least get your recalls done, okay? We want you to be safe. Even if you don't listen to us about maintenance or when we're working on something. No, I haven't had to touch any ones. Like the Mach-E or anything. I haven't had any come in yet. And to be honest with you, I hate working on electric vehicles. Hate it. Dumbest recall I've seen. Well, I wouldn't say it's a dumb recall because it's a recall. It's a safety concern, so they're not dumb. But probably one of the easiest ones I've done. Probably the steering wheel nut on the Fusion. Well, it's not an unneeded recall. They put those out after they do testing and stuff like that, or there's so many complaints come into the NHTSA, National Traffic Highway Safety Administration. And then they'll investigate it, and then if it needs a recall for a proper part, then they'll fix it. But I think the steering wheel nut that holds the steering wheel onto the steering column on a Fusion, the seatbelt recall for the Fusion, you literally just like where the seatbelt, where you buckle it in, where it anchors to the floor, it's like a cable. You have to peel the sheath back and look at it. And if the cable looks fine and it's not frayed or anything, you got like this little needle with blue fluid, and you suck up the fluid like a syringe, and you squirt it down on the cable, and it hardens, and it keeps that cable from fraying, and then you put the sheath back down. They are having issues lately. If the cable is frayed or anything like that, then you would replace the buckle that comes with the anchor bolt. You replace the bolt, and then the piece that it buckles into, I forgot what it's called off the top of my head. The Takata airbag recalls, there was so many of those that I did. It's always the passenger side that's a pain in the butt. Well, I did a bunch of them on Subaru at the time, and it was like 4 hours to take those things out. Me and my buddy Andrew could do it in like an hour. Another one was on the Ford Fusion. It was the steering motor on the rack and pinion. The electronic motor has three bolts on it, and there was a recall for those. You had to take them out. You have to do it one at a time, otherwise the motor would separate. Then you're replacing the whole rack. You take them out one at a time, and I want to say they were like T25 Torx. You take it out one at a time. You got your new one, you spray some like anti-corrosive stuff on it, put it in, go to the next one, do the same thing until all three of them are done. When all three of them are done, then you spray the whole thing down with anti-corrosive stuff. Apparently those bolts were breaking, and then the motor was separating. So we're replacing racks, and then they came out with the new bolts. There's actually a recall for the Mustang. Okay, Bob, I appreciate you stopping by. The Mustang's got one for the rear camera. Check the wire harness. The Mach-E is nice, man. I do not like electric vehicles, but my wife doesn't like it. But I think they're pretty cool. It's got the Mustang front end and then just like an EcoSport rear end, maybe, I guess you could say. It's a crossover. You got the Mustang tail lights in it, but I am not an electric vehicle fan at all. Four scooters, sweet. But one of the updates, Robbie and I, obviously we have a logo, and we're gonna let you guys see that tomorrow. And we are building a website, and it's looking really, really good. I'm impressed with it. And he found a program where people can book appointments online, and it gets sent directly to our email, and we can log in to the website or whatever, and show the whole calendar. They can either choose me or Robbie or both, but usually both of us will go out there. They can pay for it right there on the spot, and we put that into the website itself so people will be able to book appointments directly into that. And we were going to show you the back end of the website and then show you what it'll look like on the computer, because we haven't not gone live with it yet. We're still tweaking some things. We were on the computer the other night. I think it was Tuesday night. Yeah, Tuesday night. We were on the computer and on the phone. No, we were on Google Meet. That's what it was. Google Meet, so we can share each other's screen, because both of us can get into the website and configure things. We were on there till like 11:30, 12 o'clock at night, and we started at 6 or 7 o'clock at night. Man, we were on there for 5 or 6 hours. Sorry, I'm trying to see where my wife went. The day looks cool. Oh, guys, I may have a tool sponsor. I don't want to say the name yet. They got this really cool oil change kit. Most oil change kits come with oil and a filter. This actually comes with a drain pan, a set of wrenches, 2 magnetic bowls, a light, and a funnel. So I'll keep you guys updated on that. I got an email from them yesterday. Be a cool tool review. I know a lot of you guys like to do your oil changes and stuff at home. I'm not going to say the name yet. I'll wait till they send me the package or until they give me the go ahead to say the name. They're a pretty well known brand. Maybe they'll let me do a free giveaway. I'll keep you guys updated on that sponsorship. Because you guys know I'm going to review it, I'm going to test it, and I'm going to do it with you guys. And I'm not going to recommend something that I don't use personally myself. I use my Ranger right now. Robbie's got his 99, I think it's a Camry. we'll meet up. We are going to get a vehicle at some point. That's what the donations are for. It's going to get a vehicle of some sort, so we're not using our personal vehicle. Basically, all the donations that you guys send in, and if you sent in, I greatly appreciate it. And if you don't, it's cool. I still love you. But it's going to go toward a vehicle. It's going to go toward some other tools that we may need. One of my buddies is going to let us use an AC machine so we can actually do AC work. And that's a lifesaver right there. Still won't be equipped to do 1, 2, 3, 4 YF, but we can still do the 134A. Yeah, it would be nice. And what would also be nice is if they give me a really cool discount code or let me give you guys something for free. Because you guys have been tagging along with me for I don't know how long, and I greatly appreciate it. It doesn't go unnoticed, and I know I've been slacking lately, and I apologize, but just getting accustomed to the workflow over at Ford, how they do things at this dealership. They don't use the same CDK software that I'm used to. They use Reynolds. So I got to get used to that all over again for typing my notes and stuff like that, running warranty time. So I'm just getting in the loop. But I greatly appreciate you guys sticking with me. Do you guys have any more questions? I do, man. Starting a business, running a business, working at a dealership, being a dad, being a husband. That's exactly what we were thinking, a Ford Transit. You nailed it, Trouble. Do you guys have any other questions for me or something I can relay to Robbie for you guys? Because it's dinner time and I'm hungry. Why won't they sell you one? Old U-Haul truck would work. It would. But most U-Hauls are Chevrolets. Not bashing, but you guys know I'm not a Chevrolet fan. Or an old bread truck like what tool trucks are. But I appreciate you guys stopping by tonight. I have to hop off here. I gotta go eat some dinner. I'm starving. For all you fathers out there, happy Father's Day tomorrow. I love you guys. I'll see you on the next one, okay?